Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and what I want to attempt to do today is to make a pair of earrings to match the necklace I made for my mother last week. Now, I've got an idea of what I want to do, but I'm not sure if it's going to work out or not. So let's turn down and try it out. Okay, I've got a couple of ear wires, lever backs, a couple of jump rings, a couple of ear wires. Now these are sort of bent, but that really doesn't make any difference because I'm going to just be using the very end of them to put this little ball and this little ruby on. Oh, come on, baby, go on there. And then this is going to go at the very base of the earring. This is sort of a play on the necklace because this is, if you'll remember, we wrapped this around the base somewhat. And then I have some 18 gauge soft flex craft wire in square silver. Now I got square because we are going to do a twist on one side and sort of flatten the other side. Now, I'm not sure how much wire I'm going to need. I'm thinking probably about that much. Let's see how much that is. 6 to 7 inches. I think I'm going to go with 6 and hope for the best. And if we need to make it a little smaller, that's fine. Let's cut the notch off this side. We'll get 6 inches on here. I was just considering cutting it in half since I really don't have very much of this wire left, but then I thought that might be a little bit too much. So we'll just make do with, we'll do with 6. And hope that what I have planned will work with that. So what I'm going to do is I want to take one side and we're going to curl it one way and then the other side going the other direction. But we need to get about the middle. We can guesstimate it. And then we're going to bend it. But I want them to be exactly the same, so we're going to do it to both. They're pretty close. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our small bell making pliers, or I stepped, and we'll make a loop here at the top. And we're actually going to make a wire wrap loop right here, like so. Beginning to think I should have used the whole of the thing. Oh well. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this one around in a loop. like so. We'll do the other one the same. Now I use my thumb frequently to form things, and this one is forming a little smaller than the other one. So we're going to have to take one of them and make it either smaller or bigger. But not by much, as you can see, just a little bit. That one is also a little more rounded than this one is, so we will get it to do that. Now we're almost there. As you can see, one of the things we need to do is bend our wire right here a little bit so it will be straight up and down. And we're pretty close. I think I want this one down here just a little bit more. There we go. Now the next thing we want to do is we're going to make a tiny spiral at the end here. Just grab the tippy tip with your pliers, do a little tiny bend over till we make a little round spot here. And if you get a straight end on your bend, which frequently happens, then what you're going to want to do, actually I should have been using my round nose. This is just going to be the tiniest little spiral here. I actually would like it just a hair's breadth bigger, and I want that extra little bit out of the middle because it's making it go a little crooked. So we take that out, and then we get this rounded a bit more. Now see how it rounded it a little bit more there? Then we can make our spiral just a bit more. We'll bring it up closer to the top up here. Now we want this to stay sort of rounded, so we're going to have to work there. That's all right. And I'm going to hammer this in a minute anyway, so it's going to mess up the shape anyway, so we'll just have to work it a little more after we do so. So let's get this other one to spiral. Now see how that end squared off just a hair's breadth? Get in here and cut that off so that you'll take that straight edge off. We don't want that on here. And then we'll start spiraling some more. Now, I don't want these on the same side because we're going to be doing them opposites, of course, so I just lifted it back over to the other side. And hold it in tighter. There. Now we're going to get our bench block out, and we're going to hammer these down some. So it's going to get a wee bit loud, so you may want to turn down your volume. So here's our bench block, and here is our chasing hammer. We want to bend that back into shape there. There she sits. Now let's do the same with this side. Now we're going to need to bend them both down in so that they match again. If we need to spiral this second one some, we will do so, because it does appear to be just a hair's breadth bigger than its buddy over there. So we will take her and spiral just a touch more to get that last little bit of spiral in there to match the other side. There we go. Now we need to sort of try and get some of these bumpies out of here that are, as you can see, this one got a little, like, had a bend in it here, and we don't want that. So we'll try and get that out some. And there we go. There's either side. Next step we're going to do is we're going to get a pin twist, or you can use your pliers for this, but we're going to twist this other side so that it is like the earrings, how they have the twist on the one bar. I mean the necklace, I should say. So you just take your pin twist, open it up, and slide your wire inside the end here. Come on, baby, go in. This being 18 gauge is a little harder to get in the pin twist because it usually likes a smaller gauge, like 21. And that's what I usually use with it, is 21, because I do a lot of my wire wrap with 21 as far as the pieces that get twisted. So once you get it in there, push that little loop up and then twist our wire. And there we go. It didn't take much because it's a small piece. So we're going to do the same with this side. Now you'll notice with this 18 gauge, I have to open it up a little bit to get the wire in. And if that's what you need to do, well, that's what you need to do. And twist. Okay. Now, as you can see, I have the very top a little bit facing differently. When we go to put our ear wires on, we will have to fix that. So we're done with our twist. And then what we're going to do is we're going to form this twisted part around here. Trying not to get that wonky bend in there like I just did. And it's going to have a spiral inside the other one. So we're going to do like that. This one comes down this direction. Oops, no bends. Well, those are not the same, but that's all right because we're going to turn this into a spiral anyway. Come on, up. See how close they are to each other. This one is down quite a bit lower, so we'll have to fix that. So we need to twist in there just a bit sooner. There we go. Compare. They're pretty close. Now we need to put this spiral here, and it's going to sit in the middle here. So we'll start with this one. And this is a little tricky because you're working inside another wire. Time to cut that extra little bit off there. Spiral some more. Now see, this spiral is just going to sit right here inside that one, like so. And now we'll do the exact same thing on this side. So again, we'll take our little one, we'll spiral it this direction. Once it hits or gets close to hitting, cut that extra straight spot off. Spiral some more. Then grab our pliers and keep spiraling. Spirals about the same. Yep. Get them in and bend around into here. This one could go a little bit more spiraled. There we go. Now they pretty much match. And now what we're going to do, first thing is we're going to make our little dangle, and it's going to sit right here, hanging on the bottom. So we'll just make that like we would normally by taking and doing a bend in our ear wire. Take our step bell making pliers. We're going to use the second one because we want to be big enough to go over that flat. Come up and around and over. Same with this. Come on, baby. Stop. up and around and over and back over here. Now we're going to feed these onto our ears, our earring. Hold it with one plier right at the base of where the wires come together. And then we're going to wire wrap that. Now you can do this with your fingers if you're happy with doing it that way, or use your pliers, a second pair of pliers. Now we'll cut off the excess and tuck that in. That didn't tuck very well. I'm going to have to work at that a bit. There we go, much better. And then we'll straighten this little top up so it hangs down in a nice dangle. See how that is? Now we'll do the same with the second. Pull it on and get hold of it right here at the base of where the wires come together. And then I'm just going to do this one by hand without even starting it with the pliers. Trim off the excess and tuck it in. Now the next step, of course, is putting on our ear wire. Now the ear wire has got to go this direction. So it would hook right onto there ordinarily. But because this is a big one and we don't want to open it up, we are going to jump ring it, which means we want it to be sideways like so. Now that pushed my wire wrap out, so I'm going to have to wiggle that back into place. There we go. I think I have it back in place pretty much. And then we're going to do the same with this one. It's got to go around to the other direction, like so. Oh, I think I want to go this way. There we go. That's better. Now I have to push my wire wrap back down again. Compare them, make sure they're looking good. Ah, I see this one is going the opposite direction. You see how that worked? When I pushed it around, it brought it to this side. But I think it'll be all right. I'm not going to redo it for that. And I don't want to twist the wires too much, because if you've done a lot of wire working, you know that if you play with them too much, you will break them. So there we go. I think this one needs twisted at the top just a bit more. So we'll do that. And then we just have to put our ear wire on, and they're done. Finish these off. All we got to do is take these little jump rings. These are oval jump rings. We'll open them up, put them on our loop, and then in our ear wire. Close them up. And this one is finished. Though I noticed that this top is not quite straight, so we're going to have to give it a teeny bit more pull. And there we go. Earring number 1 is done. Now we just have to put the ear wire on earring number 2, and it will be done. Okay, that ear, that popped up a little bit, so you need to straighten, so I'll need to straighten that out. Come on, baby. Okie dokie. And there's earring number 2, and they are finished. I think this one is a little more rounded along here than this one is, so I'm going to try and get that to round a bit. That looks better. And there are the earrings. Aren't those pretty? I think they turned out spectacularly, much better than I anticipated that they would. So there we go. So there are our pretty little earrings. Didn't those turn out cute? And those are to match the necklace that we made the other day. And I think they turned out spectacularly. I'm really pleased with them. If I had used the extra wire, I would have brought this all the way around and curled over here, but as it turned out, I really like the way these turned out. I think they're really cute, and I'm quite happy with them. Hope you like them as much as I do. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.